Hey, what you fellas looking at?
Well there, Johnny, it's no secret that success begins with proper preparation. So, hey, coming in this garage, not really excited about what I see currently, and we'll figure out something to do on this old 67 Camaro here. Cheers, mate. And we'll go from there. Be productive. Alright, got the old 250 moved out the driveway, and in case you're wondering why I'm not so pleased or excited to be working in this garage, because this is what I'm dealing with. Tiny little one-car garage, eighth of a 67 Camaro, where almost all the metalwork's done. And it's also used as storage. I guess start with getting this thing kind of pulled out where I can work on it. Man, I really miss working in a real shop. Here we go. Alright, so since it's been sitting here for a minute, obviously we got some surface rust and things in different areas. So what I went to do was went over and grind all that metal clean. Already capped this seat pan and the tub well right here. Tub well, wheel well, whatever. And all the pre-metal work is done. For instance, we cut this floor pan, folded it down, folded it out. That tub will sit right in there, and the same here on these sides. This is all folded down with a pair of hand folds. Pretty easy, and then, yeah. Now what I like to do here is, in my opinion, this is the perfect spot. The perfect spot to use a weld-through primer. And that's because that tub will sit right on this edge, and we're only gonna drill it out and spot weld it. We're not welding it all the way around. Which means, after the seam sealer, you got metal on metal and it's just spot welded. Over time, being that it isn't a wheel well, you could definitely have some rust start to go in there. So weld-through primer will prevent all that for the most part, and this should last my lifetime and whatever else on the car after that. Alright, so our rust prevention efforts are in place, and if you notice on this Camaro, they have this channel that runs down the body on both sides, and it's impossible to paint it, impossible to, but there is a way to prevent a little rust in there, and that's with this little guy. Some cavity wax, perfect to use in a situation like that. We'll just, it sprays like 360 or whatever. I don't know. We just go to town with this dude. Give her a good coat of cavity wax. This is gonna be so fun. How are you beginning to see why I put this project off for a minute? It's all so clear. All so clear now. Went ahead, put this Art Morrison rear frame back here. Not an easy task. I'm gonna line it up, make sure it's straight. It's ready to get welded up. Before I get to these tubs, I gotta get this in because I'm gonna plug weld those mini tubs onto this frame. Make sure everything lines up nice. Wish I had more friends. Not a fun job, not a fun job. But I'm gonna burn this in, then we're gonna get to these tubs. Okie doke, it's tubbing time. So these little mini tubs are gonna go up here. This is gonna make room for some tires. Be able to put some wide tires, short axle, be good. But whole frame's welded in. We're gonna slip this guy in there, do some test fitting. mark it, it's gonna come back out, drill some holes to plug weld, which I'll show you, and then get it in there for good. It'll be fun. Want to be fun. Alright, so these little mini tubs are made for a Detroit Speed chassis, but not to worry. If you notice, the cut is not quite right. You gotta add a little metal here, do some work. Really, you could just add it here, but I'm gonna make it look way cleaner. I'm gonna connect here to here, kind of curve up. It's all gonna start with this little template right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mark the back side here. That way we got the contour of the frame, mate. Nice guy there. And that's what we're gonna cut. We'll burn that in. Let's transfer the metal. Okie doke. So this tub is ready to get welded in. Now if you notice, I marked some holes here, and this is what I was talking about, spot welding or plug welding. About every 2 inches or so. Marked it with a little Sharpie. We're gonna drill that out, and we're just gonna weld right there. On the back side, did the same thing, and this is gonna be welded to the frame. That's it. We're not fully welding this thing in. The rest is gonna be seam sealed, nice, watertight. Now to drill these holes, I wish I had a plug cutter thingy, but I don't, so I got a step bit. And a little trick here is I put a little bit of masking tape just so I know where to stop. We'll go somewhere around 3/8. It don't really matter. And this other fancy little gadget, well, this is what I use to cut out all those plug welds. It's a plug weld, spot weld cutter, and they're money. That's how I ripped the original tubs out instead of sitting there grinding or whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna get the drilling and home stretch, baby. Got her in place for good. Lamped up. Start burning. And there you have it. 2 years putting off work. 2 days of work. And we got that frame in. Driver's side tub in. I don't want to do too good of a job. After all, you know, Mark and Tommy might try to recruit me over there in Detroit Muscle. Stick to working on trucks and muscle cars in my garage, but all I got left to do now is grind these welds down and move on to the other side, and trust me, ain't no fun in seeing none of that, so later.